What's going on? This is the Brea Jordai radio show. I am back again with you all for another show, and I'm very, very excited for this interview and to introduce you all to this guest. Please get ready. If you really about this hip-hop life, this rapping, this singing, this songwriting, all of that, if you really about it, we gonna see, okay? Because we got somebody here today who's really about it. So I will not keep on talking. Who am I here with?
Ricki Rich.
Ricki Rich.
You dig?
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm
you
so
good?
Great. Yes.
Everything is everything?
Everything is everything. I'm blessed to be here. I appreciate you. And
I appreciate you being here today.
We're going hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Okay, so I've been listening to your music all day. First off, your music just get you hype. It'll make you feel good, when you getting ready and dressed to go out and kick it.
Good. That's the goal.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
on some fly stuff for real.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a vibe.
That's good. That was my goal.
Goal accomplished. Okay.
Thank you.
So before we get into that, tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, the west side of Cleveland.
West side of Cleveland.
Yes.
Okay. So this east side, west side thing, what was it like growing up on the west side of Cleveland?
Well, see, I was born on the east side on 141st and St. Clair. Then when I was very young, we moved to the west side, and that's where, you learn about life at that age and all that stuff. So it was really, I guess the big difference was the diversity.
Okay.
On the west side, you get introduced to a lot more.
Okay.
Different races, different, you know what I'm saying? It was
different ethnicities.
Yeah, it was just more open, different food, everything.
Wow. Okay. So how old were you when you moved to the west side then?
I was 10.
You were 10? Okay. So after that just
And I stayed. When my mom went back to the east side, I stayed on the west side.
Okay.
Lived with some friends.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
At a young age too?
Yeah, well, she moved back when I was a teenager, but I still was like, no, I'm staying.
Okay.
She was like, what? I was like, I'm staying. So
it's home by that point.
So I stayed with my best friends. We've been cool since the 6th grade.
Okay.
So it just worked out.
And did it like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me, when did you, how did you get influenced by music? When did you fall in love with, rapping? When did you start writing?
Well, I'll say this. I've been doing music. This is my 3rd year.
Okay, this your 3rd year doing music, and you're, as good as you are?
Yeah, I guess some people just
No. We not about to get the big head. I'm not gonna let you off there easy. You really only been rapping for 3 years.
Yes, this is my 3rd year. I got signed within my 1st year, and did the Lil Baby song that was after my 1st year.
Oh, we gonna get to that.
3rd year.
Yeah. Okay, that's crazy. So what got you rapping then? What did you think you were gonna be doing?
I always like music. I have an aunt that's just real diverse with music. My favorite band is Coldplay. I got them tatted.
Wow.
The PlayStation.
You serious?
Yeah. So that I always been into different genres, all that. So I had got into some trouble. Did some prison time. When I got out, I was like, let me do something different. And my boy Chapo, he's a big underground artist.
Okay.
And I seen him doing his thing. Yeah, he's from Cleveland.
Okay.
He lives in LA now. I seen him doing his thing. And I'm like, dang, you really doing this music shit? He's like, yeah, you need to get into it. So I'm like, damn. So he you need to try that shit. So my first freestyle was to the Truffle Butter Drake.
Okay.
I did it. My brother was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you in the studio. He got me in the studio with Lil Marv. From Cleveland, from the east side.
Yep.
And he recorded my first. Yeah, he recorded my first anything. That freestyle Truffle Butter. Yeah, him and my brother knew each other for a long time, childhood friends.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. So after that, it was just.
After that, I just kept going. I kept getting good response. From.
I was about to say, how did you know you were good?
Right,
I'm like, time.
And then when I make music, it's I'm not. It's I picture it not being me. It's somebody else. What I want to hear this.
Right.
So it's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to it. If it sounds whack, I'm gonna trash that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If it sounds good, I'm like, okay, that's a go. So I listen to it it's not me, it's somebody else.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a different perspective to take, recording your own music.
Yeah.
So
I be would I like Future saying this?
Wow.
That's corny, yeah, because that's one of my favorites.
I think that's what a lot of people that really cannot, rap, not like real artists, like they'll, when they're trying to write and everything like that, they'll think about, okay, would my favorite artist say that? Or I know I've heard lines from like an artist, Kendrick Lamar or something. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have said something like that.
Right. You'd be like, would I like this if I heard it?
That's
so that's
crazy.
how I look at it.
Okay, all right. So when you were younger, before you started rapping, what did you want to do?
I didn't have a set thing. That's why I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I never had like a set thing. I played basketball, but I wasn't that good. You know, I was cool, but I wasn't like going to the WNBA good.
Wow.
So it was just like I was just doing stuff just to be doing it. I knew I always wanted money. You know, I don't know if that comes from my dad. You know what I'm saying? But and that's what drew me to other lane, drop down the wrong lane for real.
Wow.
So like music, just it really came about when I wanted to do something different, something legal, and change my life. So
you always wanted to just make money. You wanted a certain type of lifestyle for yourself.
Always.
So that's really what got you to it, for real.
I seen that life can't be lived right if you don't have money.
Ooh, really?
That's how I feel, like personally, like to live right. Because you know, even with living healthy, like you have to buy certain stuff. You have to live a certain way. You have to be on a certain like routine. Sometimes that requires you having money, because you can't be on a certain routine if you always at work, if you always living check to check, if you always doing it. But if you have money, always have money, a lot of money, you can do this and do that whenever you want it. You know
I hear you. You sound like somebody who's been through something before then.
Yeah.
to have that seriously though, to have that perspective, like, okay, I know for sure I don't want to live like this. I have to have this, you know, amount of money to have the type of lifestyle I want to have.
Yeah, growing up, what I see.
Okay.
So what I saw, you know, nobody want to live like broke like that, you know.
Okay. You talked a little bit about spending time in prison and maybe grinding in a different way. How do you feel like that has affected your music and how you write now?
It just was motivation for real. Like I did 4.5 years. So
wow,
those years they took from me, I just promised myself I would be rich within those years.
Okay.
So it's getting there, like, you know, slowly but surely. It's my 3rd year. I got another 1.5 years to make it happen. So it's gonna happen. That's my goal. That's my big picture. You
Absolutely.
know? Like y'all took them years from me. So I mean, it's my bad decision making. But it was like, damn, I lost them years.
Okay.
And when you go there, it's like
you can't get back.
Yeah, it's like you can't get that back. Your freedom is gone. You know what I'm saying?
So for people that are probably, I mean, and you can go through it if you're comfortable with it or not, but as much as you want to touch on, for people that are living this type of lifestyle that you've had before in the past, that have gotten you to a place where it took time from your life and things that you wanted to do for you, what would you say to them to get them out of that lifestyle? Like 4 years, that's a long time.
It's just like this. Like when you in those type of situations, you know it's only, you know what I'm saying, it can't last forever. So it's like, you knowing that you should do better. You know what I'm saying?
But what got you there? Is it something you saw growing up? Is it
what got me to the bad lane?
Yeah.
Remember I said I always wanted some money. I didn't want to live like I didn't want to live like how I was growing up. Like I always wanted money. But
you were a kid. Somebody put you on.
I mean, when that started, I was 16.
Okay.
And I graduated high school when I was 17. So it was like I was in 11th grade. I was, you know what I'm saying? I knew better. You know, I wasn't like, I was just around. On the west side, it's like everything around you, from the plugs to the things to the you. So it's like,
everything.
Yeah, it's like all right there. And when you see it, it was young cats. I'm talking about niggas that was 13, 14 on motorcycles, and I mean this was like, it was like, how did y'all get this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, I want that. Like, I don't want to be broke. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that was. But it was motivation. Also, my dad is doing life in prison. He was well known, so I feel like that hustle hand maybe came from. It could have been like it could have been like that. I look just like my dad. talent too.
Yeah.
So he passed down his allergies, his looks, and
Oh
probably
my
his
gosh.
hustle hands. So, right?
So you got it honestly, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
How did your parents influence you, like music wise, growing up? What'd you hear around the house and everything?
well, my mom, she's always been a working woman. She's always worked herself off. She get that from my granddad. So I just grew up really with just making sure you had money. Like, you know, even though she was like, she got 4 kids, so it was like she was like checking, struggle. But it was like something about her always going to get it. Like,
Yeah.
So it was like in me, like I had to get this. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing for yourself like you would. So that's just what it was.
That's the
And
truth.
That's how I live. Yeah.
And seeing your mom raise 4 kids and everything like that?
Yeah, like she was in and out, always in
Man.
and out. So, my grandmother had custody of me when I was younger as well, and she's Jewish.
Wow.
So that's when my Jewish star, my Star of David, the earrings also have the Star of David that I got from my bat mitzvah.
Wow.
Boys have bar mitzvahs, girls have bat mitzvahs.
Okay, well you just taught me something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we're 16, we get ours.
Okay,
Boys
tell me
get
about
theirs
the
when they're
bat
13.
mitzvah.
So bat mitzvah is for being pure, and while you're still pure, you're giving yourself to the Lord. With that, my church didn't know that I was into women, but it was like I wasn't into anything at that time.
You were
I was
young.
yeah. So I'm like, whatever. I was wanting to get some money and shit. So, but I mean, I always had attraction to girls. So
Right.
that wasn't none of their business. As long as I
Exactly.
was pure, as long as I was, you know, then that's what I earned it. So
That's all that matters.
So it was a 2-week class, like in church.
Oh.
My grandma's Jewish, so we do the Sabbath. We go to church every Saturday.
Okay, I'll tell you something.
Yes.
Not to cut you off, but
No.
I used to practice the Sabbath too. My
Really?
grandmother, she used to practice the
see?
Sabbath. Yep, my brother and I, we
So
would go
she's
over
like, you know,
there, yep, and everything.
knows,
So
she
some
knows.
of that I still have
Yeah.
with me too. So
Yeah, so
there you
imagine
go.
being a kid, and when Friday the sun go down, you can't watch TV, play nothing until Saturday the sun goes
Yes, I thought it was the hardest
Right?
thing to do. I'm like, no, I
It
don't
was
want to
so
go over
bad.
to grandma's house.
And the kids were like, can they come outside?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my brother would be like, oh, we can't go. So Sunday when we were allowed to come outside, all the kids were in the house eating
Wow.
and doing family stuff. So it's like we missed, you know, you miss out if you don't. So and then school was the next day. So it was like, we
So
missed that.
So y'all spent every weekend like that.
Yeah, like my grandma didn't play. My grandma didn't play.
Wow.
When she had custody of us when we lived with her. She still stays on 141st, by the way, too.
Wow.
Yeah, so she don't play. She's
Very strict.
faithful. Yeah, no games. It's
Okay.
the day of rest, you know.
Yes.
Can't even iron clothes. Can't wash dishes, nothing.
See, I can't talk. Like, we only would experience it like 1 weekend out of every single month. So we would
Right.
stay
But you
over
guys
like
were
every third
practicing
weekend.
it,
Yes, and that's when we would practice it. So it's not like I had to do it like every single weekend.
Right.
But we ended up like loving it because we would go outside. It would make us get more in tune with like nature and things
Okay,
like
so
that.
see, that was it. So we couldn't do anything that wasn't of God.
Okay. Okay,
yeah.
so well, you talked about like your sexuality and then like with religion. How did that affect you then growing up and your mindset about different things as far as that goes?
Well, I mean, when I started liking girls, I was like well away from that life. You know what I'm saying? It was like after my bat mitzvah, like to do things to please my grandmother and my mom. Like I even went to prom. I wore like a dress, like everything.
Really?
I swear. But like
But
right
you didn't want
after,
to.
I didn't do the Cedar Point thing. You know how you go after and with all the. I didn't do that. I went right
Okay.
to my girl's house. So I was like, took all that shit off.
See, I came out when I went to prom to my whole class, everyone. That's when everyone found out. So I went to prom with a guy.
Okay. And you left with a
And
girl.
after prom was with my girlfriend.
Ooh, so
and then we
yeah.
got into a car accident and my parents had to come get me. And that's how they found out. Yes. So like my whole school found out everything.
Dang.
So that's how my prom was. So
See, people at my school already knew I was a tomboy, like a,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? That's what
what made you feel so brave though to like be yourself and be comfortable in who you were, even with everything going on?
Well, confidence has never been a problem. I was always funny in school, and I was always, I guess, nice looking, dressed well, and I was just already like popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it just made it easier for like whatever I did, it was okay. It was like a trend. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, Ricki gay, I'm about to be gay too. That shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like that.
Silly.
It was like more so. It was like just a thing that was like accepted because I was accepted.
Yeah.
You know, and if somebody didn't accept it, it was like, oh, okay, I don't care.
Right.
You know?
Right. You accepted yourself, so.
Right. So once you
It
accept
ain't room
yourself,
for-
right.
to care what nobody else thought about you.
Exactly. So.
Okay,
it was
that's cool.
It was
All
cool. I had a
right.
good coming out.
Yeah, it was all right.
It was smooth.
Mhm.
My grandma still don't mess with it. She's still in denial about it, so she won't even bring it up. Nothing.
Okay, so.
But she won't like bash my head with the Bible or nothing like that.
That's good.
You know,
So she
'cause
respects
knows, right? Because she knows
Mhm.
God when the dude is ain't nothing he can't do. So.
That's right. That's the
So,
truth right
yes.
there. So, okay, how does that then affect your spirituality moving forward? Just like, personally.
Well, personally, it's like when you have a relationship with God, you have a relationship. You don't have to
There you
be
go.
too traditional.
Mhm.
You know, my grandma's older. She come from the Old Testament and the New Testament.
You
They
understand her.
stern with the Old Testament. You know, older people like that Old Testament though. That was written by the original Jacob
That's it.
and Paul and all them. So that's how that was. But I still got a relationship with God. Like like people don't understand how much he saved. Like. Me personally, and I probably wouldn't believe in God as much if I didn't experience certain stuff.
Wow.
You know, so I personally believe in God for my own personal reasons.
Yeah.
That only I, was there for.
Yeah.
So
You've gotten through enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So boom, you get to the point. You making music.
Yes.
People feeling it. Everybody like you got it for real, for real.
I appreciate it.
How did you get to the point where like you got signed? Like, walk me through that.
Okay.
How did that happen?
All right, so I first started doing music.
Mm-hmm.
It was this older guy named Fatty Banks. People know him like Fatty
Yes.
Banks, old school dude. He was dealing with me at
Fatty
first. He helped produce my song Flexin', which is on Spotify right now. It was like a big hit. That's when everybody was like, "Dang, that's her." So, like,
That video was hilarious too.
Flexin', man, yes, he directed that.
Had me
which was
cracking
like-
up.
Right?
I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
all
with
right,
the kids.
She
in the
got
video.
personality. Yes, it had me rolling. The video
I told you because I was always a clown in school, right?
So y'all got to check that out.
Yes, Flexin's out right now on YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. So that was the first record. But Fatty was more into the schools, and he was asking like, if you could stop cussing in your songs. I'm like, that ain't me, bruh. I don't give a damn about no kids. Like that's how I was thinking at the time. Like I don't give a damn about these kids.
Right.
My first line of Flexin' is, "You can catch me jugging with a white bitch." That is the first line, my first bar as a song. Like
Made it very clear.
and it was a hit. So you want me to like stop? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I want to change shit I'm doing. So we grew apart because he had a mission that I wasn't willing to be a part of, and then I had a mission that he was like trying to change. So we grew apart, and I just started doing shows locally. Like it was my first couple of shows at Anatomy, and I met Andrew, and I met Box.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Box was like managing me. And Drew and Box, but Box was like my personal manager, like every day with me type shit. And then he got killed. So that happened all within a year.
Wow.
So coincidentally, Box's brother-in-law, which is who I'm signed to.
Okay. And who are you signed to?
Priceless Records.
Got it.
And I'm on the verge of getting out of that contract.
Okay.
So, but that's who I got signed to, and that was his brother-in-law. He was like, man, Box came to me already before he died and was like, I want to talk to you about somebody. Da, 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 da. So he was like, I'm gonna pick it up where he, where he wanted to, But then, so.
And how did you feel about that?
I was like honored. I'm like, wow. So this is what he wanted to do.
Right.
Let's do it. So we did it. I'm like, I'm gonna give him all this, and this. So he like, okay. The first thing he had me put a verse on Lucci and Wuda Bossberg Wuda.
Okay, not him.
Yeah, Wuda. He's big on the east side. Bossberg, ENT.
Okay.
He used to be back in the day. He been rapping for a minute.
Gotcha.
So he had me do a verse for Lucci and Wuda, and he paid me $1,500.
Okay.
Like off top.
Oh, so you started to make money.
I was like, damn. So it was crazy. This is a true story. Nothing. I'm like, what I'm gonna do with $1,500?
Right.
Like, I'm about to flip this motherfucker. So here I am, $1,500 going like, man, he really, he on it. Then when Amigos came in town for the Cavs game, he had me do a song with Quavo.
Wow.
And
so things are moving.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So it was just like, Wow. And so I did that joint with Quavo, and then he's like, you know what, I'm about to get you a manager order. So he flew me down to Atlanta, and that's where I met LG Parker, Melita the Mogul, and everything. So we started doing stuff. She was like, you know what, it's this kid. He's like, he got a song on the radio That's My Dog. His name's Little Baby. He's about to blow. They already have these people like set and ready to go and blow.
Yes.
They have a procedure that they put you through to have you make it.
Like a formula.
Yeah, a formula, exactly.
And this is like in Atlanta.
Yeah, this is in Atlanta at QC the label. So I met Little Baby. He had 3 songs to pick from to do a feature. He picked this morning.
Okay.
So I already had this morning done and everything. He was like, that's dope. I want to do that one. So we ended up doing the song. Then we did the video right after. And shortly after that, my CEO got into some legal trouble. And
that was it.
Yeah, so we didn't get to push it on streaming outlets or nothing.
Yeah, really?
I want to relaunch it so bad once I'm officially out of here, but it's like...
Why couldn't you do it?
Because I'm under him.
Okay.
I'm under him.
It's no way around.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? He had to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And then, so when he got out, you know, it was just more so like he wasn't into the music thing. It was like I was left like high and dry, like that. But I'm still like under him, so I'm like, dang, won't you release me? So I had offers from Sony, Arista, Atlantic Records, L.A. Reid got a new label he's about to drop called Hicko. Okay. Unless he already dropped it, but at the time he was getting ready to drop it. And he wanted me like, this is what I want. This is what tell your
that's
CEO.
L.A. Reid. That's
he like tell your CEO. Talk to me. All he had to do was talk to me. We'd talk about, I'll buy you out. We could do this. We do that. Like, I'm like, cool. So when I went to CEO, when he got out, he's like, first of all, he took too long to respond. Then he's like, I don't know, like, really? Not trying to let me go.
But he didn't want to do anything.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he didn't. When I had these meetings, he didn't even want to come to the meetings. Like I went with Melita.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like, it's like when somebody's into certain stuff, they don't see. Your dream is not their dream. Your vision is not their vision. So it's kind of hard for people to see stuff like that's like God. It's kind of hard for certain people to believe in God because they don't see Him. You know, they didn't experience stuff. So it's like their faith is like. So he didn't have faith in it because he wasn't there with me going through it, and I don't know if he couldn't see the elevation or what. But at the time it was so fresh. I'm like, damn, just give it some time. You will see it growing and shit like that. But he was just like. But still, he was over it. He was over it, right? That's what I'm saying. Like in this game, like bro, you gotta stick with it. You be consistent,
right?
You gotta have 10 toes in. I had 10 toes in. I just needed somebody to meet me halfway, and it wasn't there.
How does that make you feel? Like, you know, as far as, and I don't know his situation or anything, but as far as even trusting somebody like with your dreams or with your careers, like, and then you don't know if something for them might change, then what?
Right. That's just the risk I always take.
That's just a risk.
Dealing with people.
There's no way around that.
Yeah, but now I look at certain traits in people.
Okay.
Like certain, like I watch how they move before I even think about working with them.
So
like when it comes to like managers, and stuff like that. Like right now, my manager is Crenshaw.
Okay.
Yeah. Melissa Crenshaw. That's my manager.
I know.
So
Crenshaw.
fresh. Yeah. So I approached her about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago.
Okay.
And she said, hey, she already came to me when I first started rapping because it's Woo the cousin.
Wow.
And they was like, damn, you should manage Ricki. And she was like, okay, cool. But it never happened because my CEO ended up hiring the people in Atlanta.
Okay.
Instead of, you know what I'm saying, going with her. So then a year later, because that happened a year ago, a year later, I'm like, I want her to.
So everything happens
I love
for
her
a
work
reason.
ethics. Yeah, maybe it just wasn't the right timing.
Right.
And now
that's
she's in a good spot. Like she's been doing it so long, but she's in a good spot. I like her work ethics. Like
that's
she works without a motherfucker telling her, you know, without, you know, I just like people that got that drive because I got the same drive.
And then especially if they have it for themselves already, that just it make it even better because all you got to do is it's a partnership at that point.
Exactly. So when she said yes, I was like more excited than she was. So I'm like, yes,
like let's work.
Like that was like I was. So since we've been working, like my investor, we got a building because she does events and everything.
Right.
So tomorrow we got a meeting to go see a building where she can have her events in Cleveland instead of Akron and instead of Detroit.
And
she can
really
have it
start getting it rolling.
Right. Instead of a Tomos, she's gonna have her own thing where she can call it whatever she wants.
That's dope.
So we're gonna do that.
Okay.
So that's in a return for, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Even helping me, because she don't know I need her more than she need me. So.
I'd say it's probably, I'm sure
She
it's a
don't know
50-50
I
thing.
need it, because I've been there.
I
You
hear
can't
you,
do this
but
without a team,
and
man. But
that's-
she can do what she's doing
But
still
you
without
are
me.
part of the team, and you still add value.
Yeah,
you
you know what I mean by that
to
is,
the table.
like, she can go on about her day doing what she's doing right now.
I feel what you're saying.
As to me, what I'm doing is this.
What you-
so it's
okay.
like, I need them puzzle pieces.
Okay, I see what
To
you're
do
saying.
what
As
I'm
far as
doing.
building your team.
To do what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I need them puzzle pieces. For her to keep doing what she's doing, she's
Yes.
already doing it.
Got it.
So that's what I mean. I need her more.
She
than
doesn't need
needs
an
me.
artist.
Yeah, right, because she's
Okay.
gonna do her regardless.
But you
Me,
as
I'm
an
like at a
artist, you are
standstill because I
building
need.
pieces
Yeah,
together.
I'm like.
Okay, that
I
makes
need
sense
it.
to me.
Yeah, so.
So, I mean, and that's a good tip already, even for other artists, the importance of building a team and what you need.
Yeah.
What other things do you feel like an artist should absolutely have, like, on their team? Like, is a manager necessary? Attorney, stuff like that?
Yeah, maybe not always attorneys, but always attorneys.
You
But
said that
always, like,
Wait a
what?
minute.
I had an attorney before I even signed that contract. Boy, but I'm not gonna regret signing that contract or, you know,
was
going
a
to that label,
lesson.
because I got something out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it happened, and he believed in me at the time, regardless if his faith went away or he got discouraged during his time or whatever. But I'm not gonna regret it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get out of it and move on.
That's a positive attitude.
Yeah, so I would just say, even you need a team for real, even if it's just you and another person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes how you're thinking might not be logical, or it's like with this music stuff is so cringing, because it's like,
It's
they
hard,
so
isn't it?
cut, man. They
It's
so
really
cut.
hard.
They so cut, and I've been at the top. I have my foot in the door already, so I know, like.
Wow.
So it's a lot, right? And then we can talk about some more stuff off camera, but
Absolutely.
it's a lot. But so as an artist, I would just say maybe the formula would be talent. Sometimes you don't even need talent. Positioning, and that's
Talk about it.
right. Positioning nowadays, you don't even need talent.
This is very true.
You just need internet
There
clout,
you go.
right? So I guess something to sell, which is you're the product.
Right.
So something to sell, positioning, which is where your manager or your PR or somebody that could put you in position. Like, yeah, you're good, but if no one hears you, it's
Doesn't matter.
pointless, right? So you need somebody to put you in front of these people,
Right.
Unless you could do it, that'd be perfect. And then you need a bag, but that bag is gonna come. Even if you don't have it right now, that shit gonna come if you got them first two things.
Okay.
Something to sell and positioning.
That's it
just
right
like
there.
the streets, right? You got your product, and then what block you gonna be on to sell?
Right.
Where's these people coming from?
Now, how would an artist know when they are at the point where they can start adding people to their team? Because it's a lot of people that just think just because they talented, they don't even work hard, that feel like they just deserve something or just to be somewhere.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with that, because I do see some people fall through the cracks and make it just off of
Okay.
that. But it's just like you go through
But
a lot
not
of
longevity.
BS. Right, yeah, and you go through a lot of BS and you fall and you fall and you fall. If you
Right.
think and then it's gonna take you when you could have just did what you were supposed to do in the beginning, and you would have been there, instead of falling, and then bumping your head and then getting there.
Right.
So I would say right away, get you a team. Like, I feel like what happened with Box, everything happens for a reason. God don't make no
Absolutely.
mistakes. But it was like I had a team from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even from Fatty to Box.
Right.
No.
You've always had a team.
It was like I never thought I could do it alone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. That's the humble in you right there.
Hell yeah.
I hear it.
I got like humble arrogance. That's what Fatty Banks used to say. I'm humble, but I'm arrogant in my work.
You a rapper. You supposed to be. I don't care what nobody
I'm
say.
arrogant in my work.
You
like,
supposed to be. That's just
right.
it. It's no way around it. Okay.
But I'm humble because I already know how it feels to not have nothing.
Well, you've been through some stuff. That
Right.
makes a difference.
Not even your freedom, so
That's
I
real.
value that shit. So.
Okay. Tell me about your music. Like, for somebody who's never heard your music before.
Trap rock, it was an EDM. And I was
Okay.
like, damn, I thought I made this up. And I didn't, right? So I'm listening to these artists, and it's either they're too rocky or they're still too trappy.
So you perfected it.
So I was like, just I feel like that, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, it's like there's no in between, right? You got to be in between. You got to have both, right? So that's what I'm just trying to like get out there.
Master the trap trap rock.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That I woke up to dream. I'm gonna let you get into that when you talk about that. I'm gonna
listen. Talk your stuff. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So trap rock. It sounds like you definitely talk about a lot of like the things that you've been through or that you going through in your music. I can definitely hear that. Tell me some of the projects that you worked on.
Like I said, we got a song with Quavo. Now, Buddha was originally on that song, and
Okay.
they gave it to me. But then when that stuff happened with them, he ended up putting it out with his verse on there, right?
Okay.
So it was like whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I still worked with Quavo, so it don't matter, right? So then I got one with Lucci.
Okay.
My dude Cash Clay in Atlanta, he gave me the Who's Looking list, and I wrote for like Maroon 5,
Wow.
Kelly Clarkson and stuff like that.
Really?
So, yeah. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Do you enjoy songwriting more, or do you enjoy performing your own music?
I'm naturally like, I get that rush
Yeah.
when I'm on stage and
Because
stuff.
I
so
hear you on the hooks too.
yeah, so it's
Ooh,
like
that's
I'd
sick.
rather be because I was I started off as that face.
Mhm.
I didn't start off in the background like a lot of artists.
hear you.
You know, so I'd rather be on the front line.
That's where you're comfortable.
Right, on the front line. So I'd rather do that. But there's nothing wrong with writing for people because it's like it's some stuff that you have in your head and you I can't say that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But she can or he can. And you're like, oh, that'd be hard if a nigga said this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get those moments.
Okay.
So it's like a game for real.
I hear
It's
you.
like, this nigga sound funny saying this, like hard saying this, but only they could say it. Like some black youngster could say,
Mhm.
but you know you can't say it because you know it don't fit you. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So stuff like that you don't mind. Just,
Yeah.
just
Hell
whatever.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay. What like projects are you working on now? Like what do you have in the works?
I have a single called Endless,
Okay.
produced by Richie Mo. He's from Cleveland.
All right.
That one was like my banger. I had put it out on SoundCloud, and I recently took it off because I'm going to distribute it
Okay.
to all streaming outlets, and that should be by next week.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's
Tell us
called
about Endless.
Yes. It's beautiful. It has what I try to do with trap rock as well. Try to incorporate like classics into my. So in the hook is I get weak to my knees. I ain't letting you leave. So it has SWV, and I say that I get weak to my knees.
Okay.
So it's like never letting a classic die.
Okay.
So that's what I do. I put in there. I cater to the women.
Is it a love song? I was going to say.
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
like I never get too lovey with it,
Mhm.
but I definitely
What's wrong with Too Lovey? That's not
because
just
I'm
rap.
not too lovey. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? I'm
I hear you.
like, it's whatever. I'm a music head. I can't be stuck. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
God. Okay, so tell me this: do you have groupies yet, or you can't say?
I'm not gonna say groupies. I just have female fans.
Okay.
That are
How
some
is-
are
how
extreme
is
and
that?
some are not. Right? They're not like the baby fans, right?
Not
They're
yet.
like extreme, right?
Mhm.
But I did a show in North Carolina, and it was right after I did the Lil Baby video, and it was actually me and Lil Baby, and Da Baby was opening up,
Mhm.
and it was before he caught that body, before he got big, all that.
Wow.
But he was big in Charlotte, so he opened up. So I went to that show, and I'm walking across the field to get something to drink. I'm like, I don't think nobody know me and shit.
Right.
And my brother tapped me like, hey, it was a girl just standing there like doing all this, like,
Are you
"Oh,"
serious?
crying.
What do you
she
do
had
at
to
that
be
point?
like 17 or something. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, me? I'm looking around like, that was me? Type shit.
Not me. Are you signing autographs and stuff now?
Yeah, I do sign.
Get the heck out of here.
Sign my pictures and
All of that.
do
How
like
does that feel?
meet and greets. Yeah.
To like make people feel like that about
It's
like,
cool. It's cool. I signed my
Mhm.
first autograph last year. So
That's crazy.
it was dope. And it was a kid, and I signed a napkin or something. It was
Yeah.
like some movie shit.
That's
I'm like,
dope.
oh, this is
Mhm.
lit. And I was like cheesing the rest of the day. But,
Wow.
so with the, I ain't gonna say groupies, but with my female fans, I realized that's my biggest target, my biggest market.
Okay.
So I cater to them a lot.
Okay, that's awesome. So can we expect a mixtape soon?
I had a mixtape I dropped this past summer.
Yes.
It's called Like Jordai.
Mm-hmm.
And it has Jordai on the cover with, the eyes blocked up.
Okay.
It's on SoundCloud. I made it free. So even if you don't have Spotify, if you're not paying for Spotify, you're not paying for iTunes, you can go to SoundCloud and get it for
And
free.
still get music.
Exactly. So that was what I was doing that in the meantime until I handled this contract situation.
Right.
Because I didn't want to put nothing on big streaming outlets, and the money wasn't coming to me. The royalties wasn't mine, and this wasn't mine. Like, I wanted to be smart about it. So
I hear what you say.
now that I'm in the works of getting out of it, it's like I'm dropping my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
happening.
So I'm ready. So that was cool. And then I got like 15 songs produced by OG Parker that I did while I was under the label. That I'm like in the works of getting them
Okay.
to me. Like,
That's
me
awesome.
owning the masters.
And you owning them just completely.
Yeah, I'm in the work. We're in the works of that.
That's dope. Okay. Very good. Good for you. The fact that you
like,
even like thinking like that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I wish I was thinking like that before.
It's so
right?
You don't know until you know, right?
I know.
You do not know until you know. So that's cool. Who do you like really want to work with for real? It could be anybody. It can be somebody local. It can be somebody huge. Whoever. Who do you want to work with? Dream wise.
I want to work with Danny Lay.
You want to work with Danny Lay?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing
nice.
it somewhere. Also, I want to like work on production with like The Dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Why The Dream?
Because he was a writer at first. Like he wrote for Mariah Carey, Madonna.
Everyone.
Yeah, right?
Beyonce.
And then when he dropped his Love versus Hate, I was just like, so
Classic.
he's like my favorite all time like artist.
Wow.
Flat out.
Really?
The Dream. And people was like, some people don't even know The Dream because he's older or whatever. And
Really?
I'm just like, yeah, some young people don't know
The Dream.
Young people? Yeah, they don't know The Dream. Some of these
What's
young people
young
don't even know
people?
Tupac.
How old are you? Should I ask you off camera?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 20s. I'm not young. I'm not like...
Okay, what would you consider a young person?
A young person is like
You're-
16, 17. But you got to remember, when the industry, it's a lot of them. There's
Okay.
a lot of 17, 18, 19-year-olds. And they don't know The Dream. They don't know.
Wow.
They don't know how good Jay-Z was. They just know he's Jay-Z.
That's so weird
They
to
don't
me,
know
though.
this shit. Yeah, this
To
is
be in
weird to
hip
me.
hop though. That just doesn't make sense.
But guess who they know?
It's
They
like
know
you
the
missed a
baby,
whole-
little baby. They think they're the Jay-Z's.
Okay.
And yeah, it's weird.
I guess
but,
so.
I mean, just the generations is
Yeah.
different.
Look at us.
Right.
Millennials
So, right.
talking
Right.
shit.
So, The Dream. Just like my own time. I want to just sit in the studio.
Okay.
and
I'm sure
Just make some
that will
hits.
happen. I'm sure it's going to happen.
That's like my goal.
Speaking into existence
One of my
already.
goals, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I want to work with him.
Where is and who is Ricki Rich 5 years from now, like in this music industry? What do you see for yourself?
I see just more progression.
Yeah.
More progression. And then being on and reaching back. And helping who I know is good. It's like when you locked up, it's so many people that got like long ass time and they're so good at shit.
Wow.
Basketball or drawing. Or,
Yeah.
Like it's just stuff they're so good at and nobody
Yeah.
will ever know because they're in here.
That's crazy.
Some of these people have life. Some people have 30 to life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
25 years. It's like, damn, bro, nobody will ever know you this damn good because of an incident.
That's crazy. Do you still talk to anybody?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I had let me see. My dad is like a lifer, so I talked to him. So I talked to like who's not in there. I mean, everybody I was there was like out now, so,
Right,
and I
okay.
still talk to them.
Yes,
on the
that's
outs.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just depend on what they're doing. A lot of people passed away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That has to be like a lot of trauma. Like how do you deal with that? Is writing your way of dealing with that? Like
No,
dealing through that?
Yeah, 'cause in my music though, I don't talk about the struggle. I don't talk about my prison time. I don't talk about deaths a lot.
Why not though?
Because I want to make good music.
But
Make
you
people
don't
feel
think that-
good. I don't want to
Okay.
I want to make good music. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make love songs.
Okay.
Like, not too lovey, like, oh, I'm going to die for you. But I want to make good songs that make women feel good.
Okay.
That men could play for their women. Like, I want to make good music or happy music or lit music.
Yes.
Like, I want to get people up.
I see
don't
what
wanna
you're
get people
saying.
like, damn, man, I was just going through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't
How
want to do
will
that.
people hear your story though? You have such a unique story. I'm telling you, you gonna help so many people.
Yeah.
Like
Do people like you?
people need to.
It's people like you in
I
place
hear
for
you.
things like that.
Okay, I hear
You know, and like I said, I want to make good music. I don't want to. I want to I don't want to say forget about that life, because it made me really smarter, and it made me, it's a part of who I am now.
Yes.
So I don't want to say forget it, but I definitely don't want to be in that box.
I hear you.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just be talking about that, and people just always go back to but you weren't pregnant. I heard you on that one song, and then,
Right.
like, you know, but I want to, I'd rather do it here.
I hear you.
You know, so that's why people are like you. I need you.
Okay,
So,
that's good.
to
And
get
you
my
know,
story
and
out.
we need people like you, because
Yeah.
your music, it definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a best friend. Her name was Cash. That's why I got this, America's Biggest Bill. She got killed.
Wow. I'm sorry.
While I was in there. So I had a year
Wow.
left. I talked to her that day. She actually was in there. She did like 2 years in there with me.
Really?
So we was together every day for 2 years. When I got transferred from Marysville to Cleveland, she got transferred to Marysville. It's like we were never apart for 2 years straight. Like
Wow.
in there. So when she got out, she was out for like 57 days, and she ended up getting killed. So I had to deal with that. It's like you can't do anything about it. You can't go see her. You can't mourn the right way because you got COs still. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to deal with it. So
Man,
a lot of
that's
times it's
a
hard
lot.
for me to cry. It's hard for me to get soft because I ain't had no choice. Like, you know.
Do you have somebody who you can lean on, somebody who is there for you when you need it, especially with everything that you've been through and the losses you've had?
Yeah, my friends are pretty supportive. Like my
Okay.
friends I ran away to, the house I ran away to. My best friend Brandy, my best friend Quita. My best friend Brandy's stepdad actually just passed. We was at his funeral earlier today. And it was so sad because it was like,
Wow.
when I used to run away, I used to run away to their house. And it
Yeah.
was like, he was like that
So that
father
was your
figure.
family,
He was
too.
like, yeah,
Yes.
so.
Hey, I'm
So-
sorry for your loss.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. It's life, right?
Yeah.
So they're pretty supportive.
Okay.
And I have my grandmother, like,
That's your
when I was
family.
locked up and I got transferred here to Cleveland on 30th,
Yeah.
women's prison, she came and see me like every week.
Really?
Snow blizzard, it was crazy. And I'm like, Grandma, you don't need to be here.
She loves you.
So I used to be in the hole, like, okay, so the hole in prison is like prison that you see on TV, like no windows, and it's like
Yes.
slit that you. But really, if you're not in the hole, it's like open, general population. You just
Okay.
walking around. It's like a dorm. It's more like a college that you just can't leave.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Okay.
a big high school. So it's not what they show on TV.
So it's really different from what we see when we like
you-
watch Lockdown and stuff.
When you see on TV, that's
See, I'm talking
like
you got a
the hole. Yeah, that's the hole, like with the little harsh stuff.
Yes.
Like, oh, you in there locked up. That's the hole.
Okay.
So I'm in the hole because I used to go to the hole a lot, just stupid stuff, right? So I'm in the hole, and my grandma comes to see me. You know, when you got a visit and you're in the hole, that's when they shackle you down, like to your waist, and then your legs are shackled together.
Wow.
So I'm walking like, she looking at me like, what did you do, baby? Like, so my hands were shackled to my waist, and she had to feed me. It was like.
Oh no.
Like my visit, you know, you can get stuff from the vending machine. Like she had to
Yes.
feed me, and I felt bad. I'm like, man, I can't be putting my family through stuff like
Oh
this.
my gosh.
So,
But it's good now. You're gonna take care of them now.
I take care of my grandma. Like, she's in
Mhm.
Jamaica right now with the church.
Wow.
They had missions, all of them. Like, she's part of working in the orphanage,
Yeah.
and a few of them is part of help building houses,
Wow.
and a few of them is like working in the homeless shelter. Like they have assignments, groups. So they're in
Okay.
Jamaica right now. She'll be back Sunday.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell your grandmother, like, that's amazing,
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah.
Okay, so that's probably why you want to, like, give back. And I mean, I'm sure she probably
back.
instilled that in you.
Yeah, and it's like I want to give back. I mean, like reach back and help other people because
Yeah.
it's like, what are you gonna do when you get up there and like,
Yes.
what else is
Then
it to
what?
do? Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You might as well help
Smart,
somebody.
thinking ahead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and like
That's
people
right.
that like support me and that really mess with me. Not
Yeah.
just like financially or nothing, but like they just mess
Just
with
period.
me. And I want to be like, damn, I want to help you.
That's good. That's awesome.
When I can, though, I gotta help myself first.
There you
Get up
go.
there, then I can.
That's right. That's
Bring 'em on, so.
self-preservation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So,
Tell me, oh my gosh, what was I just about to ask you? I'm drawing a blank. Well, I do want to know about your writing process. Like, how long does it take you to write a song?
I like to, usually, I'm not gonna lie, it take me, depending on, it's been some songs that took me an hour.
Okay.
But it's
only
been
an hour.
Yeah, but most of the songs that don't take me no more. If I'm feeling that beat, and I
Yeah.
know when I can feel the beat, because I have something about like exactly what I'm looking for, something that hit me. I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah, hell yeah. Like,
you
know what I'm saying?
freestyle? Do you write? Because you really are lyrical.
I would do this.
You really
I would listen to the beat, and I'll say the bars, and I still put it in my phone for copyright purposes for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? Then when I actually go in there, I'm in my phone. I don't want to forget what I said. I smoke a lot, so I guess it's like freestyling and then writing.
You
know, putting it on,
cleaning it up or whatever.
Yeah, putting it in your notes. So I would say 30 minutes tops.
Okay.
Majority of my songs.
Not to jump, I remember what I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would change about like the jail system or anything? In Cleveland.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. The fact that I was locked up with a lot of women. Now, I think Ohio has the self-defense laws now. But it's a lot of women in there that we did not have self-defense laws, and it was just not too long ago. It's less than a decade ago that we didn't have self-defense laws in Ohio. A lot of women are in there for killing somebody because they were getting beat to death, like beat, you know?
Wow.
Like I had an aunt, her name was Baby, and Tina Bay, shout out my auntie. She did 25. She was doing 25 to life, and they let her go her 25th year. So she's out now. But she was getting beat, and she stabbed. You know,
she was protecting herself,
and it hit the main artery, died. So imagine you just protecting yourself, and grabbing something, and you ain't even stabbing in the heart, nothing, like without intention to kill.
Yeah.
But they died, and you don't have no self-defense laws. Regardless if you made police reports and all this, we did not have self-defense laws.
Right.
Just not too long ago. So I would change that, and everybody that's in there because of that, I would reopen their case, and I would, you know what I'm saying? And I would be like, what happened? Like.
Yeah.
Were you getting beat, like, for real?
Yes.
Because if so, like, you know, it was a lot of women in there that was...
So battered women, you would like to change something
in
like
the prison
as far
system,
as that
like
goes.
it's just the case, the scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we gotta really get into it, because you have corrupt systems, you have corrupt cops, like, it happens. It happens.
Not make you get angry in there, because I would be angry. That would, you know what I mean?
It didn't make me angry at all. It's hard to be. I was really emotionless in there because I didn't have a choice to be.
Okay.
So I couldn't do nothing about it. When stuff I can't do nothing about for real, I tried my hardest to cope and get over it.
Okay.
Or I would stress myself out. That's probably why I look so young, because I'm not. I wasn't like.
You are young.
Right. Somebody thought I was 17, though. I'm like, what?
Yes.
Give me 19 at least, right? But
I'll say 20.
20, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. So, yeah, but as things I cannot change, I would have to wait till I'm in the right position to do it.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
I hear you. What is something you want to tell your fans?
I would just say consistency is the key. The difference between like a not so good artist that makes it and a talented ass artist that don't make it is consistency. That not so good artist was consistent with his gimmicks or his music. Even though it wasn't always good, he always had something for people to listen to. He always had something to throw out, and people were like, I know he's gonna do something today, so let me go today.
Yeah.
You know, and it grows and builds growth in it. You make it, because eventually they're gonna be like, oh, okay, this is just how he sound, like Blueface, for instance. Like, that's just how he sound. You know, he's not really good, offbeat. They're like, but he got them bangers coming out, and he's consistent. As opposed to the most talented artists, you don't hear nothing from but once every month, right? Or every 2 months. So consistency is key. That's like the truest thing somebody could have told me.
That's awesome.
Like the realest, like.
Do you feel like it's a difference between the way female artists are treated in the music industry? Have you experienced that?
Yeah, not so much. Everything I wanted to do, I've done.
Okay.
I think it's about how you approach the situation. They do try to blackmail certain situations, but that's everywhere. That's with anybody. Like, you can't go rapping like Black Youngster to a country club concert.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. They're going to be like, nah, we don't want him here. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just anywhere. But if you make that situation, like, so acceptable, like, you have to make it acceptable. If you're not accepting yourself, like, I don't want to say no names or anything, but as a gay female artist, you can't be in there offending men, you know, or saying, like, you're not this, you're a guy and you're a girl, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, you're not even accepting yourself, so we not about to accept that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When somebody see you genuinely happy and you're yourself, they don't care what you is. Like, some people didn't even know I was gay. Because it was like, because I'm just
It didn't matter.
A good ass person,
It's
like
not the first thing somebody saw.
it's like the first thing they saw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I just say, let your work just. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know. Like I
that's
just don't
it.
do it like that. Right, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
it.
being blackballed, I don't know, because people be like, oh, if it's a female and they're not talking about sexual stuff, it's harder. No. If you make some good hits, baby, that's gonna be the last shit they thinking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
somebody can listen to your stuff and like, damn, they sound good. They might think I'm a girl. They know I'm a girl because my light voice. Like, they might think I'm a kid though. Like, oh, that little kid sound good, man. Actually, that's a girl and she's gay. Oh, but you already done.
Don't matter.
I already done grabbed you.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I would say that.
That's
Just stop
what's up.
making excuses, accept yourself, and give them everything.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna help so many people with that because it seems like you don't see any barriers, like just
No,
period.
hell no.
And I can see that, like
I got a goal. I told you before.
it sounds like it, and yeah,
It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So-
I already see it. You're already a superstar. It's gonna happen. So
I appreciate
yeah, that's that. What are your handles and everything for the people? Where can they buy your music? Because we do buy music.
Yes, so I'm on Spotify. It is like some of my older music. It's not the Little Baby song. I do have a song with Little Baby about to hit 1 million views. It's on YouTube. It's at 995,000 plus. It's all organic. That's why it's taking so long. I'm not buying anything. I'm not, and it's per device. People don't know that. So I could have easily watched it 1 million times myself just to get
Right.
1 million, but it's per device.
Okay.
The views are per
You
device.
just told me something.
Yeah, so it is per device. Because otherwise, I would have been in a minute. So I would have been watching. I would have been watching that movie 2 million times. So
Right. Wait a minute, my song playing.
right, hold up.
Right.
So that's out. Shout out Lil Baby. And then so Ricki Rich Official. That's on everything. That's RICKI Rich Official. That's everywhere. And on Twitter is Rolling Stud, like instead of Rolling Stone, Rolling Stud.
Got it.
Yes, and yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for being here today.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm excited for everything that you have to come. I'm here for it.
Yes.
So
yes, for
you
sure.
know, keep us posted
Yes, of
and
course.
come back to the show.
Yes, I appreciate you.
All right, now we out of here. Great interview.
You did.